Mackenzie Gray with Global News. Paul Chiang, one of your candidates in Markham, talked about turning over a Conservative candidate to the Chinese Consulate to receive a bounty placed on him by the Chinese Communist Party. Can you explain why you've not dropped him as a Liberal candidate?
Thank you for the question. Look, the comments were deeply offensive. This is a terrible lapse of judgment by Mr. Chiang. He has apologized for those comments. He has apologized directly now to the person that he mentioned. Apologized directly to him yesterday. I've spoken to Mr. Chiang as well over the course of the weekend to understand his position. He is a veteran policeman. Mr. Chiang is a veteran policeman with more than a quarter century of service to his community. 28 years of defending rights in this community, and he will continue with his candidacy going forward, having made those apologies very clearly to the individual, to the community, and moving forward to serve.
Judy Chin, CTV News. Mr. Carney, I'd like to press you a little bit more on Paul Chiang. He lives in a riding that is 70% diverse, people of color. Half of that are people of Chinese ethnic origin, and of that population, about 20% are from mainland China. The question that people from Hong Kong have asked me to ask is whether or not you are putting appeal to those voters who may support the policies of China ahead of the democratic rights and safety of dissidents who have called Canada home, and mainly Hong Kong democracy activists who now live in Mr. Chiang's riding?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stand foursquare for rights, foursquare for our position, our very strong position vis-a-vis China, respect for Canadian citizens, all rights of Canadian citizens, irrespective of whether they hold dual citizenship or not, to be absolutely clear. And Mr. Chiang has long history of service to that community, history of protecting those rights. Mr. Chiang is well aware of these issues, including having family in Hong Kong.
How can he be an effective representative for them when they no longer trust him after he said this? The question, as you know, Mr. Carney, you know that Canada has executed 4 Canadians this year.
China.
You know that there are human rights activists in China in detention right now. How can Mr. Chiang, how can your party keep him as a candidate knowing this context?
Mr. Chiang has apologized for his comments. It's a lapse of judgment. He's apologized for his comments. He's apologized directly to me. He's apologized directly to the individual. He has a long record of service. He's going to continue his candidacy.
Hi there. It's Drew Benson, Hill Times. I don't know how much there's been a bit of an update on the Paul Chiang story today from Carney, saying Chiang still has his confidence. Called it a lapse in judgment, that he's made his apologies, but called it a teachable moment. So I sort of just wanted to get your response to that, with Carney saying he'll stand behind him, and then maybe just touch on, there was some saying that this Chiang wasn't really genuinely suggesting this, or it may have been a joke. So I just, if you can respond to those sort of defenses as well.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it'd be important for us to hear from our 2 colleagues here who are from diaspora communities, from the Uyghur community and the Hong Kong community.
Yeah, sorry, I should have clarified. That was who I was.
So I'd like to maybe, if you'd like to say something.
Maybe you
Catherine,
can
you
start,
first.
from Hong Kong community. Yeah.
Sure. I would first like to say that as an incumbent member of parliament and a former police officer, Paul Chiang should have known better. This is a situation that the Canadian government has issued statements on. GAC has come out and said that the arrest warrants and bounties targeting Canadians is unacceptable. They have condemned it. And so it would be I don't think it goes too far for Canadians to expect that an incumbent MP takes that seriously and acts accordingly. For it to be called a lapse in judgment or a joke, I think downplays the situation a little bit. This is a topic that he should have some expertise on, especially as a parliamentary secretary to immigration in the last government, where he was briefed on why there is a lifeboat scheme for Hong Kongers leaving the territory because of human rights situations. So I think I expected more from Paul Chiang.
From Uyghur Canadians' perspective, as long as Paul Chiang is in the parliament, and that is a huge shadow for Uyghur Canadians to feel confident. And that person, as a former police officer and a current MP, his primary responsibility is to protect Canadian citizens and their rights. And what we've seen is totally opposite. And this is unacceptable. And not only for diaspora communities, it should be unacceptable for Liberal Party as well. And as I mentioned, one of the recommendation from the Justice Hog's report is to have a proper mechanism to monitor and scrutiny for the nomination process. And Paul Chiang's nomination shows that that process is not handled properly, or Liberal Party did not take the recommendation of Justice Hog's report seriously. And we cannot afford to continue like this. And he should be, either he should resign or Liberal Party should handle this situation as soon as possible.